Welcome back to Bizarre Books, the channel where I narrate the books that no one else will. Some may find content from this channel disturbing, so viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you derive value from this channel and want to support my efforts, please consider donating via the links provided in the description below this video. If you do donate, you can request a specific book or chapter that you'd like to hear me narrate. Narrator's note. Occult Theocrasy is a reference book. As you can see, I have included a full list of each subject addressed by the author. Let me know if you'd like me to narrate a particular section. Otherwise, I will likely only narrate the sections I think will be of interest. Now, without further ado, Occult Theocrasy by Edith Starr Miller, also known as Lady Queensborough. Foreword. This book makes no claim to literary merit. It is simply a work of research and documentation, giving evidence and facts which I trust will help the reader in drawing his own conclusions. In the course of my researches as an international political investigator into the causes of social unrest, I have probed the depths of infamy which now surrounds not ours only, but also the next generation, whose right to lead a decent life should be as good as was ours. As a woman of the world, I have witnessed things the existence of which I did not suspect, and I have realized that, due to my protected position in life, they should never have been expected to have come to my knowledge. Let me tell every woman, however much protected, whether dairymaid or duchess, that the safeguards which she imagines to be thrown around herself are but a mirage of the past. Her own and her children's future are at the mercy of those forces, the activities of which it has been my business for the last 10 years to follow as one of a group of investigators. Today, most of the good people are afraid to be good. They strive to be broad-minded and tolerant. It is fashionable to be tolerant, but mostly tolerant of evil, and this new code has reached the proportions of demanding intolerance of good. The world of resistance to evil has thus been broken down and no longer affords protection to those who, persecuted by evildoers, stand in need of it. Worse still are the cases wherein virtuous people's name is relentlessly filched from them, but no effort will be made by the presumed good people to rally to their defence. Happy are they if they themselves can discover the cause of their ruin, material or moral, either partial or total. In offering this book to the public, I have endeavoured to expose some of the means and methods used by a secret world, one might almost say an underworld, to penetrate, dominate, and destroy not only the so-called upper classes, but also the better portion of all classes. There are those who feel confident that if they refrain from joining any society or group and avoid entanglements, no harm can befall them. To such, let me say, that situations can be and are created for innocent dupes every day, and wrecked homes are the direct result. Neither fortune nor a blameless life led, as it were, in an island of strict virtue in the midst of a tumultuous sea of evil spells security. Irrefutable evidence of a particular example of underworld tyranny has come to my possession. The victim's guilt was her reluctance to step from virtue into the mire of evil which surrounded her. Moreover, she was intolerant of evil and sought to oppose and destroy it. The case of her persecution at the hands of her foes is complete. She belonged to what is termed society, as did also some of the other actors in this bewildering drama. The world, social, financial, legal, and, shall we say, also the underworld, leaving to this word its generally accepted literal meaning, knows them. So many Jekylls and Hydes stalk about unsuspectingly in our midst. From such an example, I have been led to the conclusion that, among others, 3 factors can help one from being completely destroyed by the combined forces of that underworld: a flawless life, independent means, and real friends. All 3 of which must be backed by a fearless determination to fight evil on all points of the Masonic compass. In these days, when apparently vice triumphs and virtue must be penalised, it may be well for all of us to fight the undertow by which our children may be dragged under, and must of necessity perish. Vice rings, and secret societies form but one vortex, into which youth is drawn and destroyed, whilst the good people, because of their ignorance, look on helplessly in despair. It is for their instruction that this book has been written. Its compilation has taken several years, and, had it not been for the generous efforts of one of my friends, Madame de Shishmaref, and of several other persons, I would never have been able to complete the task which I set out to accomplish. What must concern us all now is the protection of decency, or, in other words, equal rights, for such as are not vice adepts. This book is not complete. It will never be complete, but for the present it must remain as a study of the root conditions which have led to present-day subversive upheavals and the overthrow of the principles of Christian civilization. Edith, Queensborough. End of foreword.